All right. Fresh shave for this stream. Lost the mustache and the goatee. All right, we loaded in here. Cool. So where we left off, playing on Saturday. We had been wandering around a little bit, trying to pick a little bit of trouble, see if we could find any villages to scout out. No luck with that. No new ones at least. So we left off, headed on our way back to the village. Pretty much been gathering resources, trying to put together some enchanted books, gather some levels. Still preparing a bunch for end game. Really just looking to get some gameplay experience more than I'm looking to rush to the end here. So anything that I can find in the overworld to learn a bit more about gameplay from, I'm down for at this point. So probably going to try to do some more raids that don't turn out like a hide and go seek like that one stream. So that's the current objective. I feel like we've already scoured a lot of the overworld, so we're doing pretty well on that. And the llamas found their way out of the house, so that's good. Alright. I think we left off with like 10 pickaxes. We've got some stocked up, so we were just wandering around, found some stuff. And adjust the screen a little bit here. Playing around with this new setup now that I've got 2 monitors sitting on my desk instead of the laptop and a monitor. I think that's good for now. And my LED lights went out, so now I look all pale because we have no color correction from yellow or orange LEDs sitting on a table. But as soon as I get a battery for the remote, I know they work. It's just the battery control for them is out. So even though they're good and functional, I can't use them until I get a new battery. All right, so we've got some drowned guys outside. Just gonna clear up inventory real quick. I guess we picked up some random stuff along the way. Probably stuff that we don't need, to be honest. Yeah, so I'll just trash all this. Hey, little Zaris. So today we'll probably... let's keep the arrow. We'll probably go for about 2 hours or so. I think Young Surge is gonna pop on with a Pokemon Nuzlocke. Probably around 6:30 Eastern. So I want to be there to support him for that. So I'll get on a bit of gameplay this evening, unless he's decided he's starting later or something. But I want to be there for him with that. So we'll just get in a bit of gameplay, try to gather up some resources. Last time when we got on Saturday, got like 7 diamonds. Even though I streamed for an hour with my microphone turned off, that was no good. Or actually, my microphone wasn't off. It was, and my audio input was set wrong on my computer. So, want to get that video pushed a little further back in the page details. We'll bury that instance of an hour of chatting without the thing turned on. Okay. So we could gather up resources. Some of the objectives I had set for last time that I didn't get around to were making golems for around the base. That way if we wanted to do any raids, we could just do them in this city and we could have a bunch of iron golems ready to go. But I was trying to find some jack-o'-lanterns and couldn't find any. Found some pumpkins out in the wild. Aside from that, make more enchanted books, which we don't have levels for right now, so we could grind out some levels. Another thing was going into the nether, try to get some ender pearls. I think we've got some ender pearls sitting around in one of these chests. Yeah, we got one here. Might have more. But yeah, we need to get some ender pearls, and then we'll need some blaze rods to get eyes of ender. So eventually we have to get around to finding Nether Fortress. Like I said, not in a rush. Okay, Sean with the word of the day. What do we have? Dyspeptic. Of or having indigestion or consequent irritability or depression. So the consequent irritability or depression is a result of the amps in the background. Have I used them yet? Oh, that's my old amp. That's not new. That's the one that I had since high school. My other amps are over in the other room. I've used them all. I've used them all. I use some of them for band practice, and then I have some sitting in another room, and then I have this old one. This one doesn't get used because it's too loud. It's 1200 watts, so there's no way I could get away with turning that on even where I live right now. But I do use the head, so the sound shaping component of it for recording some stuff around the home. I just can't play any sound from it while I'm here. Hey Foxy Rod, hope it's going well. Okay, so just getting a little organized here. We're trying to. Where have I got all these pickaxes? So we'll probably do a little bit of mining. I need to get some more resources here. Get some levels. That way I can make some... Yeah, I'm pre-gaming the Nuzlocke. Yep, that's the goal. Okay, so I put all the pickaxes over here. Was that not the... Was that not the good choice of words for? We're pre-gaming. Yeah, I think that's about what we need. And then I'll swap the... Oh, we've got the shield in place. And we've got an extra shield. Most of the stuff we're just going to drop is going to be cobblestone, so... Let me throw away this armor in this chest, and then we'll pop down into the mines, gather up some resources. We don't need that lead either, because we're not taking anything down with us. I'm trying to get used to this new desk setup. My monitor is like, yeah, not quite half the distance to me that it was before, but the screen is much closer to me now. Are the boots? Yeah, well, we should be okay. We're not going down here to fight stuff, so that's just if we happen into a cave that's got a creeper or something, so no worries there. Is there a reason that I didn't dig all this out? Because this is... Might be good to dig this where we're not off some really tangential pathway. And we'll find out that there were diamonds right under the house all along. But yeah, just trying to get some of these levels so we can get enchantment books, so we can throw enchantments on all the diamond stuff that we have. And the enchantments that we want as well, because we got some pretty random ones, but we're stockpiling them pretty well. We got a Scientist Pikachu. So you found it? Did you add that to your channel? You were looking to have that next emote for your channel? The Lab Coat Pikachu. 3 Lab Coat Pikachus. Oh, you got one up by the bro. Awesome. Hey, there might be a Lab Coat Pikachu, but we know that the classic is going to be the young Surge face. You put that tool at our disposal, so, you know, that's going to be the spam emote for sure. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh yeah, that's my most commonly used one over on Young Surge's channel. So, I think I overestimated my manga reading ability. I started Boku no Hero Academia almost 2 days ago at this point. And I popped in the Discord and I told some friends, I was like, yeah, it should take me like 2 days tops to get through and caught up on everything. Because when I read Berserk and when I read Full Metal Alchemist, and in general when I read manga, I just blaze right through them. I started Boku no Hero Academia nearly 2 days ago. And not saying that like I've poured the entire 2 days into reading it, but I thought I'd be all caught up. And I'm like 90 chapters in of like 290. Like, this is going to take longer than I thought. I just bring that up because Foxy and I were chatting about it yesterday. Still keeping an eye out on these CPUs so I can get this computer built, but the local place hasn't restocked any. I'm thinking they might come through on like sometime between Thursday and Saturday if they're going to restock them this week. But that's only if AMD is putting out shipments of them to suppliers. We've been out during your stream, we've been out during my stream, we've been out during all the streams. The internet is just a good place for weebing out in general, man. So I like to fill these back in afterward so that when I come back through here and I'm like exploring this tunnel, like more off to the sides, I don't happen upon this and go, oh, there's some small little cavern. Maybe there's something naturally built off here. Maybe I'll find some ore. Nah, feel like I made that and then I just didn't cover it up. Where's that at in the story? Can you explain without spoilers for other people? Yeah, so it's the rescue operation on I mean, it doesn't tell you what's happening, but it's the rescue operation on Bakugo. And I don't think anyone here is getting spoiled, to be honest. So it's the rescue of Bakugo. So one of the things I was a little surprised at so far, that like I haven't been expecting, is that on Reddit, there's a Boku no Hero Academia subreddit. And I feel like I'm always seeing criticisms of like mismatch between the manga and the anime. And so far in reading, like almost frame for frame, the anime has matched up with what I've read in the manga. So I don't know if it's gonna diverge later or what the deal is, or maybe if there's just small little nuances that I'm not picking up being different. But like it seems incredibly faithful to the manga. And the only other one that I've kind of encountered being that T for T is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is like a direct depiction of the manga. And I've been surprised to find that the Boku no Hero Academia and the My Hero Academia are pretty damn similar. There's like a small amount of change because like Bakugo swears and says stuff that socially is not appropriate to say anymore in our current society. But that being said, aside from them censoring Bakugo a little bit, I mean, it's pretty dead on between the two. Yeah, I've been surprised. I've been incredibly surprised. But I know that, I'm just waiting for the pin to drop on the manga, because I know as soon as I get further ahead, it's gonna go crazy. Alright, so we've got a lava flow right above us. Good that I saw that. Good that I saw that drip. Just fill that back in. We didn't see no lava. Full Metal was a good show. Sadly, I watched the other version first, and I can't get into rewatching it through Brotherhood. Yeah, I have never watched the original Full Metal Alchemist, just because I actually read it. So growing up, I've mentioned this like a handful of times on stream, but I read Full Metal Alchemist before I ever watched it, because I used to check out the books from the public library. Um and then when I started up college and I found myself with a lot of free time at the end of a relationship, all my time wasn't being eaten up by the drama of that. I had so much free time on my hands that I picked up calligraphy, and I uh, started reading a bunch of manga because I had so many hours to kill in the day now that I wasn't burning them away on bullshit, for lack of a better word. And I read Full Metal Alchemist, and then I decided I'd watch it, and it was exactly the same across the two mediums. It was impressive, because usually you have to do a lot of adapting from one medium to the other. But I think Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, a lot of people consider that like a gateway anime. The unfortunate thing is some people don't get into it because the beginning episodes are so slow. Like the introduction, maybe like the first 6 episodes before you really start getting into the plot of some of it. As good of an introduction as it is because of the scope and the mechanics of it, a lot of people can't get into that one because it starts off so slow. I think there's a list somewhere that shows where it splits off for people that want to see the alternate story. Yeah, I don't know. I just know that within the community, the original got bashed quite a bit for all the liberties that it took. And I really enjoyed the original as a point of both nostalgia and the storyline that it offered, so I don't really feel any temptation to go watch the other one. Happy with my experience. I don't think I've found anyone that's just like, oh yeah, I prefer the original, except for the fact that it starts up faster and catches people's attention better. So I guess we're going to end up with a ton of gold that we could go try to trade piglins for again, but last time that wasn't so fruitful. Maybe it would be this time. Do I want to become famous? No. Thanks, robot. We're just chilling here. One of these times, it's not actually going to be a robot, and I'm just going to trash talk them like I trash talk the robots, and it's going to be another person on the end of that. It's a bunch of coal. Nope. Cap out the lava flow. Cap out the lava flow. That was not good key maneuvering there. Oh, apparently I didn't. What the heck? I don't know what just happened right there. Didn't they deserve it? Yeah, agreed. Spamming channels. Yeah, it's funny because from my first stream, I was asking people, I was like, how do you block? How do you block stuff? How do you keep them from like posting in the chat? And they were honestly like, look, don't even bother. There's going to be so many of them. I didn't know how many there were going to be. I didn't know that like every stream I popped on here, there's going to end up being some bot posting about like, you know, follow bots and stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, glad that I didn't really look further into how to block them, because it's always a different one. And apparently it's just a consistent problem. I'm like a lot slower and more relaxed about capping out these lava flows now. It's like I don't even step back. It's just like, no, let it flow. Stand in the lava. It'll be okay. What's the worst that'll happen? I'll die right beside my base. I'll just walk back down here, pick the stuff up. I ain't afraid of no lava. I'm already... Yeah, that's the dream prospect right there, man. I'm already famous, robot. I'm already famous. Oh, Young Surge, if you're on here paying attention, or I don't know if you're juggling stuff, getting ready for your stream. I know yesterday you were asking me, I feel like I've been asked a handful of times, are you ever going to stream stuff aside from Minecraft? Yes, I'll get around to it for sure. But one of the other things was, I was just like, I keep mentioning that we'll do Super Smash Brothers, but the other thing is, we got to do some Dark Souls too, man. Gotta do some Dark Souls. So, we gotta figure out that playthrough as well. Dark Souls co-op. You know, I've never tried to do like a co-op run, so I think I may have just burned all those iron if they popped up into the lava before being gathered. Damn shame. RL co-op. Yeah, Young Surge and I have been at that RL co-op for a while. It's mad easy, just don't be the guy who dies early in the boss fight. No promises, dude. I'm gonna be a little rusty. I mean, I've played through... I pretty much did New Game Plus, and then I was like, okay, I'm good. And then I stepped aside from it, and I think I tried to pick up Bloodborne from there, which is, you know, sufficiently different. So it's been a little while since I've touched Dark Souls. But I mean, I'm not going to be like a total noob, you know? I just have to get my roll timing right. And I think the difference between like you, Gus, most players, and myself is that a lot of people are like really big on parries. Dude, I don't really parry often. I'm a rolly boy. And that's why I level up so much dex and endurance, is because I just roll everywhere. And I'm pretty good about timing rolls. So. But yeah, I mean, if you can get those parries in, that's always killer. Yeah, I just feel like the diversity and timing of moves by enemies is like, you have to invest a bit of time into like reading the timing of opponents' movesets. I'm like, I just roll. I just get my iframes and roll. I think we're near lava again. Parrying is tougher on someone else's internet. Yeah, imagine. I think y'all were talking one time about like watching different YouTubers, and someone's saying that they watch like Chase the Bro. I've watched some Chase the Bro. Could we even connect? Could we? I don't know. But like Chase the Bro is being one of the ones that y'all watch. I don't know. I don't think it's region locked, because there's like YouTubers and stuff that do it across the world. But yeah, I've been into watching a number of YouTubers and Twitch streamers for Dark Souls content. There's this one dude, Prod, who I watched quite a bit, and then there was Lost My Sanity, Sunlight Blade, There's a lot of really good Dark Souls content out there if you're into the game. And all the mods make it really funny as well. And then I ended up chatting with someone recently about streamers. And like one of the streamers that I watched the most and kind of got me into the idea of streaming myself was this guy, Lobos Jr. And Lobos does a bunch of Dark Souls content, but he also does a lot of like Final Fantasy and other games as they release. He's a really cool dude. I think he's based out of like Texas now. He's just a really cool streamer. I like his stuff. I bring it in as one of the inspirations for my own. And I say this all the time, but honestly, if my like voice or the content of this channel is like boring to the point where people fall asleep, I'm fine with it, because I use other people's content to fall asleep or to relax. And like Lobos' stuff, he does like 8-hour streams. It's not irregular for him. I think he just treats it as like a job, do 8-hour stream. Just like someone would do an 8-hour workday. Maybe I'll do an extremely modded Skyrim playthrough sometime. That'd be interesting. I wonder what all the mods would be. See, I never got too into like I've never done Skyrim mods, but like I'm aware of a number of them. And there's some neat stuff where they add like full-on storylines and villages, and I mean there are expansive mods to Skyrim out there. I got into playing Skyrim really late. The only reason I ever got into Skyrim was because Young Surge busted his roommate's PlayStation. No, I'm kidding. Yes, that's the biased version of how that story went, and I'm just playing up his internal monologue. But when his roommate's PlayStation went out, he gave me Skyrim. So I didn't get into playing it until the year that I was Young Surge's Nani the fuck. I didn't get into playing Skyrim until the year that I was Young Surge's RA. And it came out like when I was in high school. I just wonder about, like, one of the things I was thinking about was on a co-op playthrough, how, like, storyline would go, because essentially you'd have to go in and out of summoning, because you can't have summons in all areas, so, like, you'd want to do whatever amount of, like, grinding, and then it's just, like, a level cap on, like, soul level distance between who you can summon or something. Alright, I'll see you, Foxy Rod. Thanks for popping in here, man. Put hella hours into it in 8th grade. Yeah, enjoyed it on PS3. I like RuneScape was nice. Done co-op before. Yeah, co-op in Dark Souls can be a little janky, and I don't know how it changed with the remaster, so I haven't done the remaster. It seems that on the remaster... Oh, are you popping out here? Oh, okay. No, Young Surge is popping out. Sorry. I didn't read far enough back in chat, but thanks for popping in, Young Surge. I'll catch you during the Nuzlocke. Gotcha. Yeah, I was just getting confused there. Now, I noticed during, well, I'm gonna make him stick around now if I start talking, but Young Surge's chat delay yesterday was, like, ridiculous. I was sending a message and he wouldn't get it until like 30 seconds later. So he'd be asking a question. He's like, what should I name this Pokemon? And I'd send an answer like immediately when I was watching the stream. And he'd be like, all right, people, some names. I need some names. I'm like, dude, I sent it to you like 30 seconds ago. Foxy Rod, I don't know if it was the same over on your side, but like his chat delay was ridiculous. Fill that gap in so we can just run through here without falling in pits. Oh, we left behind a little bit of coal. We'll see if we can get him to put a sub count on his channel too, now that he's got the subscribers. I don't think he managed to do that during stream. I think you can't get counts. I think you just have to do it as like a sub goal. And the thing in Streamlabs is setting up sub goals or follower goals. Constantly refresh streams to keep up. Okay, so it may have been that like there was a delay that just built up between. Yeah, I was wondering if that was the case. So I tried refreshing a couple times. It may have helped a little bit, but I'll try to do that this evening so that like my stream isn't like what I'm seeing isn't delayed to what's going on. But yeah, Streamlabs, OBS, the program that Young Surge and I are using to stream. I don't think you can put just like sub count. I think you can just do like sub goals or follower goals. And then to change that, like the program for changing it out for the goals is like a little annoying. You can't just update it. You actually have to like clear it out and make an entire new one every time you do it. And sometimes it'll get a little desynchronized from what the count is on your channel. So you have to like know what the count is to know whether it's desynchronized or not. So it just gets a little silly. 5 there and 5 there. Yeah, all the redstone we could ever need if we ever actually used it. But that's something I'll have to do at some point. I've pretty much shied away from doing anything with redstone because I have like no knowledge of how to use redstone. So I just don't use it. And it just sits here. But I should figure out how to do that. Just cap these out. Fill them up. You know, it's not the worst because it's actually probably on a channel going to be like one of the least updated things, unless you're just rolling in the followers and the subscribers. Like, you're mostly just going to leave it alone. You're going to wait a while to meet the goal and then you're going to redo it again. So it's really just if it gets desynced that's annoying. Which actually, I feel like I had issues with desync in the beginning, but almost like fewer issues with desync now, so it's not so much a problem. I'm gonna have to get on here sometime and just organize all these chests, because I've got a bunch of stuff here. I've got all this hallway space. I've got this thing taking this up. This could definitely be more efficient, so sometime I'll have to pop on here for just a spring cleaning stream. Organize all my stuff. So we got some iron going. I guess the thought is maybe we just chill, do some iron farming, do some resource farming, because we're getting some experience from it as well. I think I found that one of the quickest ways to get experience was just to go fishing, because and I never expected that to be the case, but I was racking in the experience with fishing. So if I really wanted to get a bunch of experience, I'd just go fishing. But and you get enchantment books that way as well. Right now I'm okay, just chilling, killing a bit of time. Oh, there's more. So this is not peak efficiency right now on leveling. This is just chatting with people. Let's put all these up here. I'd like that floor to be as smooth as possible. That way I can more readily run along this pathway. Hey, Len. I heard you've got a job interview tomorrow. You're a shoo-in. None of us have yet to be not given the job. But I can imagine you might still be a bit nervous at what questions they're going to ask you. But I'm sure you've got it. But IG, I don't know what IG is. I was on the phone with Mom earlier, that's when she mentioned it. The last time we had caught up, I had just heard from you about taking the class and how many people you had in the class and everything else. So I guess. Yeah, well, should have contacted me quicker. All right, so Diamond. How many are we gonna get? Yeah, exactly. Just say our last name. Be like, we've all worked here. Mic drop. Lynn, you're the good luck we needed. You roll in here and we find a pit of diamonds immediately. How many do we think there are? It's like it's a decent stack. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 stack. That's good. Go past the class though. Oh, so the class isn't done. How much longer is the class for you? So we got a 6 stack. I can tell there's like some cave off the side here because I'm hearing like a skeleton wandering around. I think it's leftward. And now suddenly it stopped making any sound. Of course. Tomorrow we take the written exam and the practical. And I think you may have... Well, I won't ask you this on stream, but I think you may have told me who was teaching the class. I know that when I took it, it was, wait, gotcha. When I took it, it was Janice. And Andrew? Yeah, Janice and Andrew. No? It was Amanda and Andrew. And then Janice just did my WSI. But we're gonna be on here streaming for a little bit. I'm just killing a bit of time, making some progress, trying to get some levels so I can do more enchantments. There's quicker ways to do it, but I'm not worried about doing it quick. I'm just chilling. But Young Surge is running a Pokemon Nuzlocke at 6:30 Eastern. So he started that up yesterday. Had a couple of failed attempts, died, restarted, died, restarted, and now he's got one that seems to be going. So I'll be popping over to his channel in about an hour and sending anyone that's on here over to raid that channel. So we're just playing a little bit in the meanwhile. What does what mean? I assume you mean what is a Nuzlocke? So it was new to me as well, and he explained it pretty decently at the start of his stream yesterday. But essentially it's a randomizer where, and he's playing like the original Pokemon game, so he's not playing any of like the newer ones that y'all would have played. He's playing it on Pokemon Red, so it was one of the original ones, red, blue, and yellow. So it's randomized, so like in the beginning you would usually find like Pidgeys and Rattatas and, you know, whatever beginner Pokemon. Instead, he can find any Pokemon. And in one of the ones that he started on, like, if he'd walk through the grass, there would be Mewtwo's, right? Now, they're not high-level Mewtwo's, but Mewtwo's have better movesets than beginning Pokemon. Now, the other thing that happens is when one of your Pokemon dies, you're not allowed to revive it. You just have to count it as out. Like, that Pokemon's done. You are not allowed to revive it. So once a Pokemon dies, is dead. And you can only catch the first Pokemon that you encounter in any area. If you don't manage to catch it, you don't get a second chance. So you can throw Pokeballs at it. It's not like you just catch one Pokemon in each area. When you first walk into an area, the first one that you find, you get to try to catch it. And if you don't catch it, you don't get a Pokemon. You don't get a new Pokemon. So the fact that your Pokemon can die, and then when they die, you're not allowed to revive them, and you're only allowed to catch so many Pokemon. Yeah. There were Pokemon gyms. So the Pokemon gym leaders, their Pokemon are randomized as well. So in the last stream, he fought Brock, and Brock had like a Rattata and something else. He didn't have like what the gym leader would normally have. And the trainers that you walk across, they don't have the, like, every Pokemon that you run across, or every time that there would be Pokemon, they're all random. So the gym leaders, the trainers, they've all got ick. Yeah, so it's challenging. So that's what he's doing, and it's pretty neat. He's right now the current run is devoted to his brother Foxy Rod. So he named his character Foxy, and his rival's name is Rod. One of the earlier ones, the enemy was Dinkelberg. But then he died in that one. So now he can continue saying Dinkelberg. Because he died. And one of the other runs, I told him, he was like, what should I name the rival? I said, just put in a random name generator, see what you get. And he got Virgil. And Virgil whooped him. Virgil was the one that killed him and ended the run. So now it's like, Virgil sucks. I just had some time to kill. I mean, I'm not in school, so like the schedule kind of goes out the window. And the schedule will again shift just as soon as semester starts. So that whole like Tuesday, I mean, the fact that I was doing Wednesday, Friday, Sunday before, yeah, screw Virgil. The schedule goes out the window whenever my schedule changes, and my schedule's changed again. So it's like I did Saturday, which I don't typically do, and now I'm doing Tuesday, and pretty much it's just whenever I feel like it at this point. And you know, right now during break, but as soon as classes pick up or classes start, I'll have to adjust again. So you're gonna do a word of the day, you gotta be on your toes, because you never know when there's gonna be a stream. I should probably, on my Twitch channel, there's like a schedules page where it asks you like what your weekly schedule is. And you can't just put in a day. Like if you know that you're going to do a day, you can't just say like, oh, I'm going to stream on the 29th. You have to say like Wednesday. And then what it does is it repeats that every week because it wants people to be regular about what they do. So if I want to tell people like, oh, I'm going to stream on Wednesday, and I put it on Wednesday, and then it repeats for every Wednesday. And if I forget to mark it down that like I'm not actually going to stream at that time, then it just still has it up. Hard to word of the day when this keeps happening during work hours. It's bound to happen, dude. I'm sorry. I appreciate the devotion and the commitment to word of the day. I know you try to keep them relevant to the ongoings, but you know, we all got to challenge ourselves somehow. I appreciate the commitment to word of the day. Deceptic is the word of the day. They stay relevant. I mean, I hope it's not relevant. Like, in what way would that one be relevant? I hope not. I hope there is no relation. Okay, we found a tunnel. We just have to figure out if this is one that I dug out, or if we're gonna get attacked by a bunch of stuff up here. I hear a bunch of water near me, so we might be right beside water. Like walk into a creeper around the corner. Iron. Not today, Skelly Man. I hear an Enderman zooming around down here. I'm totally stoked about. Oh, yeah, well, I'm so I was wondering if that was the case. I'm sorry to hear it, Kayshawn. Alright, found some diamond. Just riches galore down here. Well, once you get off work, let's catch up. Tell me what's going on. I mean, ultimately, just remember you're pretty close to the goal, man. You're not too far out from the move. I imagine that's a little bit of stress, but at the same time, it's gonna be a refreshing change for you, man. So I'm just gonna put a bunch of torches here as a way to kill myself. God. Just drop some gravel on my head. I was gonna put a bunch of torches there so that I could remember that's the way out. Oh, why am I? You know, that's a lot of stuff. We'll just leave it be. And we'll throw up some torches in here. Just try to make it abundantly obvious this is the way out. Yeah, well, that's a little late. Yes, putting a torch on the gravel will destroy the gravel, cause it to drop. I already had it dropped on my head. You need to be a little quicker than that. That's the after the fact advice right there. Like, hey, you know why you just got that dropped on your head? I realized it after I did it. Oh. Is that normal obsidian or is that crying? Is it crying? Weeping? What is it called? Weeping obsidian or something? It looks like it's just normal obsidian. But we know we've got next time. Hindsight is 2020 and 2020 is shit. Yep. What's the next time? Oh, next time for the gravel. Yeah. Don't wreck yourself, Harley. Yeah. I may have had this conversation with you, Kayshawn, about like maybe there's gonna be a shift in the meaning of the phrase hindsight is 2020. Hindsight is shit. Because 2020 sucked. I mean, 2021 unfortunately won't be off to a great roll either. I think so many people are just like, yeah, 2020 sucked. It's like 2021 isn't gonna magically be better. Like, hopefully it'll get better along the way. But it's not gonna, you know, New Year's Day, everything suddenly recovers. All right, let's gather some of the resources from the walls. You don't know you had a nice vacation? Oh, in 2020? Yeah, well, whether or not you had a nice vacation, it's pretty objective that the crappy stuff that happened in 2020 outweighs your vacation, Lil Saros. Like, people dying outweighs the work break you got. I think, objectively. Not giving you grief there, just putting it in perspective. Well, I just flooded that more than I meant to, so I'll leave that coal alone. What if you told me people die every year? I would believe you. I would believe you. But if you tried to convince me that it was not worse this year, then we'd have a different problem on our hands. But I know that's not what you believe, so we're good. Oh, there was another side tunnel over here I hadn't seen. With nothing in it. So no problem. There's somewhere to find a statistics of total deaths. Yeah, just Google it. It's a pretty accessible thing to find. There's a lot of counts on that. That's a quick Google search away. I mean, death count yearly is like a very well-maintained database. You can even find estimates of like global population at any given point. They're not exact, but they follow the trend of how many people are born, how many people die in any given instant, and there's a world population count estimates that run pretty constantly. Because at any given point, like births that occur, it's like having worked in a hospital, paperwork in a hospital takes time. And like reporting that someone has been born, reporting that something's happened, like, so at no given point do we have the exact up-to-date information of how many people in the world, because there's just a delay of that data getting into any database. Yeah, what is Earth's kill death spread? Yeah, I don't think it'd be KD, fortunately. Because I think fortunately, the main cause of death is not being killed. Alright, I think it's time to mine out these diamonds here. We have any guesses of how much is going to be in this stack? Just try to see the longest time no humans died once. Said a whole day in 1954 is the longest, and other side. I mean, are you talking about in the US though? Because like largely, no, 11 days if no one died. Yeah, that's honestly, I will say that seems like absolute crap. Just at that point in time, they did not have the technology to know whether people were dying or not, right? So they didn't have a database. They didn't have a way to even know. So back in 1954, you had people that were living incredibly rurally and without internet or the means of communication that we have nowadays. That's like farcical. They have no way of knowing that. They may have no news that someone died, right? But that's not the same as no one dying. So that, nope, I don't believe it for a second. So we got a handful of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Two 6 stacks. We're up to 12. Nice. Rip the beard. Yeah, Lodash, it's gone for now. Really, I think it was the mustache that was bugging me more than anything, and it's only because I was obstinately growing it out with the intent of doing some kind of twirly mustache. So I actually took a picture yesterday. I put some, I don't know how you say the word, but it's pomade. Some people say it differently. I put some in it, and I twirled it just for laughs. And I took a picture, and then today I was like, all right, I'm done with this. You look better. I look younger. I definitely look younger without all the facial hair, but I look less. I look less like your typical distraught academic. Rip the general concept of facial hair. Better get dinner. All right, thanks for popping in, Foxy Rod. I'll catch you later if you're popping in for a Young Surges stream. Oh, we got more stuff over there. Yeah, I don't know about better. Yeah, that's the thing. It's definitely a different look, and I have to get used to it. But like, I'm looking at growing my hair out as well, because Nathan and Michael like inspired me when I first met them. I was like, nah, I gotta grow my hair out again. So I'm working on that. So like in the next year, we'll be back to long hair. So I can't imagine having the long hair and all the facial hair as well. That's never been the case for me. That would look particularly... grizzly's not the word. Disheveled. Disheveled is the word. Alright, I think we've about mined out most of the resources here. What is weird, Lynn? I'm just like missing. Oh. We got the zombie just staring at us over there, walking into the... I don't know how I missed this. I walked over here and I put that one torch there because there was the lapis. And I didn't notice that there was like the pit over there to the side. We'll pop down in here, try not to get killed. Swap out our torch stack so we're full. This is just an expansive tunnel. I wish I'd find a spawner at some point. That'd be nifty. Stay there, zombie man. Because the problem is, when you kill a zombie, it actually spawns in more zombies. So if I can just walk around him right now, and I don't want to get attacked by a bunch of stuff, it makes more sense just to not do anything with him. That's why in speedruns, sometimes they'll go into a desert and just like start attacking a bunch of mobs to get more of them to spawn so they can get more drops. So if you don't want to fight stuff, don't fight stuff. Alright, we're gonna get hella lost down here. Alright, good luck with that test tomorrow. Thanks for popping in. It's good hearing from you. Do you expect that you're gonna hear... Well, they tell you immediately. They grade it, so... Let me know once you get the test result back. I want to hear how you did on it. Sounds good. Lodash, if you're still on here, I know you were asking about a Nuzlocke. That's why I had posted about Young Surges yesterday. He's going to be running more of that Nuzlocke today. And he's doing one with a randomizer, so any of the Pokemon that you encounter are not like based to what the Pokemon would be. So he did like 2 failed attempts where he ended up getting killed yesterday, and then he started one that seems to be getting some traction. but he's going to be picking that up here in an hour. And I will be raiding his channel for that at that time. So I want to explore down here as well. But I feel like... Oh, wait. No, I didn't already dig that, did I? Getting so far off the path here. How lost can we get? Very. I may check that out. I'm doing a regular playthrough of I don't know what Orazu is off the top of my head right now, but my commitment to it is weak at best due to various reasons. That's fair. I've been into Pokemon in a number of years. I capped out on Emerald. I was like, I'm good. I pretty much capped out on like any of the Game Boy DS games when they moved on from the SP. My playing kind of died off with the DS. I was not about it. The whole dual screen is too much for me. And they started adding like every game it was like blow wind into the microphone to do such and such. It's like, ah, this is so dumb. Just let me play the game. They really got gimmicky on the DS, which they've probably fixed by now, but you know, time's passed, I'm done with it. So I also just bumped out of Pokemon at that time. And now it's just like, I don't get into RPGs or games that just take a while as much anymore. Just trying to be cognizant of time that I have. He says, having spent probably like 40 hours on Minecraft. Divinity Originals, yeah, we pumped some time into that, man. Borderlands 3. Namely holidays, plus finally got a PS5, plus catching up on home improvement stuff and trying to get work on Discord bots and seasonal. Yeah, dude. That's for real. I've it's been snowing here in Minnesota pretty consistently this past week. It's snowing again today. It's supposed to snow again tomorrow. And I swear it's like I've gone into hibernation mode. I've spent a lot of hours sleeping these past couple days. So today I got up and like, is this not just freaking gravel? I'm just trying to bridge over to here, but maybe I'll come back after I mine some more stuff. I had a text from my brother, Lil Zaros, and he tried calling me, so then I checked my phone. It's 5:40 in twilight, and I want to sleep at 8 p.m., and then I make myself stay up. So, yeah, dude, I've been in the same boat, so I haven't gone to bed before, like, 3 in the past, like, 3 weeks at this point. No, Lodash was, like, I don't think he overpaid. He was just really watching the stock of them, so he got his hands on one, I think, at the stock price. He's been scoping them out for a little bit. And now I'm doing the same with those freaking Ryzen cards, trying to get a CPU, and then I got everything for the build. It's like, it's just the season for trying to watch for non-scalped electronic parts, apparently. Alright, so we'll eventually cobble across here to get all that stuff. But for now, let's try to go back up. Dig that out, be easier. There we go. Hella lost. People aren't scalping tickets. That's true. That's true. No profit to be made because the concerts don't happen. Always on the bright side there, Kayshawn. Always on the bright side. I've been waiting on one concert to happen for almost a year now, and it's been delayed to 2022. But fortunately, they keep just coming out of your cage. Alright. He survived. He died. I was considering buying from a scalper for a slight upcharge if I didn't have one by Christmas. Oh, Karen's overpay. Yes, little Timmy can get the PS5. Too true, man. I was when I was standing in line to try to grab a Ryzen, it was a bunch of like dads that had drug out their like 12-year-old kids stuff that like they were building PCs for. I was like, your kid, just buy him a freaking laptop. He doesn't need to like have some Ryzen PC build like like kids nowadays. I remember back in my day, we'd go outside and play with sticks and dirt. Like now they're all getting custom PC builds and shit. It's egregious. I was lucky I would get the new console. Oh, I was lucky if I'd get it within years of launch. First console I ever got, not like handheld like the Game Boy, so I picked up the Game Boy with the GBA. I never had a GB Color. I had a GBA and then a GBSP, and both of those we got well after, like years after the releases of them. So it wasn't exactly like timely acquisition there. We just keep finding new tunnels every time. Did I already dig this tunnel out? We dig back into a tunnel we already dug. Get so freaking lost. We played catch with black snakes. I played with like I did actually play with snakes when I lived down in Texas. But we would have copperheads and diamondbacks that would pop up in our dog's kennel that we'd have to deal with, and then you burn them off because the heads can still bite after they're dead. But yeah, there would be coral snakes and king snakes, so I'd play around with those, not knowing which was which. But you know, I'm alive. By whatever fluke chance. Okay, so we're playing Journey to the Center of the Earth now. Stream update. We're just finding all these randomly generated caverns. But yeah, the only console. So I was a PlayStation guy. I wasn't an Xbox guy. We got a PlayStation 1. Like, it would have been 2003, because it was when we moved to Virginia. So that was the first thing I got, and then got a PS2, I think like when I went into middle school. I don't think I had it until maybe like 5th grade, if I even had it then. So like 06. I don't know what the release dates on those were, but I feel like the PlayStation was out for PlayStation 2, which was like the console that I spent the most time on was the PS2. Those were my prime gaming days. before you know, adult life or you know, school got too busy. Aside from that, it was all RuneScape. I ground out a lot of RuneScape hours. Top 5 PS2 games. I played a lot of Jak and Daxter and Kingdom Hearts. I think looking back, I'm like, I would not waste time on Kingdom Hearts. Jak 3, yeah, dude. Jak and Daxter, Jak 3. I didn't really play Jak 2 so much, but Jak 3 was my jam. I really like the tone of it, and I think that's what a lot of people reflect on when they look back at the Jak games, is they're like, it was like that angsty teenage deal. You know, crawling in my skin, these wounds they will not heal. Linkin Park and Jak and Daxter, that was the jam of the time, you know? Baldur's Gate. Yeah, I mean, I did play Baldur's Gate quite a bit with David. So there was some amount of Baldur's Gate for sure. I don't know if it would have been one of my top. I gotta think back more on what all games I played, but really the standouts were Jak and Daxter and Kingdom Hearts. Those were like my games. Everything else I played was kind of more here and there. Oh, I could just get the water to flow. That'll cap out the lava. There we go. The goal for this mining run today, we're 10 streams in. Young Surge is gonna be streaming here at 6:30 Eastern. I was just felt like getting on, killing some time. So really, the overall goal is we're decently well prepared for end game in Minecraft right now, with the exception of like actually having to get the Eyes of Ender. So I'd need to pop over to the Nether, grab some more Ender Pearls and Blaze Rods. But I'm getting a bunch of levels so that I can enchant books, so that I can have like all the enchantments I could possibly want. And then from there, I've got like full diamond set, and you can see I've got 12 diamond here. I've got like another 6 diamond chilling in storage. So we're pretty well stocked up on diamond, which means we have a bunch of stuff we could enchant. I just want to get the proper enchantments for stuff. So mining a bunch of random ass ores, not because we need them, but because it helps us get levels. I could get levels faster. Like, I could go out and just do some fishing, pop on a boat and like cast a rod repetitively. So that's one thing, and like I've done that. I just felt a little bit like mining. So this is a little mindless right now. TX Galasco, we're just chilling. And though I intend to do a speed run, I'm kind of just taking this run through more as like getting comfortable with the game again. So any time that I spend in it, to me, is productive time here, because it's just adapting to the controls, making it more second nature. Which I think is going well. Like, I'm a lot quicker navigating the game than I was. A lot quicker navigating the game than when I first got on. And got some quick keys as well. Nice. So a family member of mine got a meat smoker. Smoking these meats. Mark Zuckerberg. 2 days ago, I was smoking... I hadn't even read your full comment. I was already memeing about the smoking these meats. Meat like a brisket. That's awesome. What meats did you smoke there, Greg? What meats? Gotta do our Android friend proud. Smoking these meats. He destroyed a chicken. Oh, so it didn't turn out well. That's a bummer. Is salami? some sort of sausage. There's I really miss like Texas brisket, you know? Oh yeah. You got that Georgia barbecue, you know. I had the Texas barbecue. Um, but then when I moved up to Virginia, you know, there was all like the Carolina barbecue. Um, I actually feel like I never engaged with barbecue as much as I should have, because now I live in all these places that don't really have barbecue, and it's sad. It's just sad. Um, I squandered the days of easy barbecue access. But also, um, now that I hang out with all these city slickers, there's no access to venison. I'm kidding. Out here in Minnesota, there's a lot of people that would have some venison, but it's been a while. Yeah, I imagine I could. The way I see it is, venison would probably cost more. I just don't have like. I was thinking on Christmas Day, you know, everyone's doing their Christmas meals. I'm just chilling out here in Minnesota, not doing jack shit. And I was thinking about like, oh, let me put together some kind of Christmas dinner. So I went by Target and I was like grabbing up some food. I was like, I could do a steak. And I look at the steaks from a pizza place. Oh, that sounds interesting. How was it, Lodash? Um, but I was looking at grabbing some steak, thinking like, oh, you know, I'll just do some steaks on Christmas Day. That'd be good. I haven't had steak in a while. I was like, it was anywhere between like $13 and $15 a pound. I was like, fuck no. I don't need to celebrate that much. Thing is, I think like most of my recipes nowadays are all like chicken recipes. Like lots of stuff that is chicken. Like I don't do so much beef now. And it's not for avoiding it, it's just like it's really easy to it's quick and easy to cook chicken. I gotta say I'd like to change it up. It's pretty good overall, but the venison didn't really come through. I put the roasted potatoes on the pie. Yeah, I guess I'm not surprised to hear that the venison flavor didn't really come through there. I mean, with all the, I don't know what all was on it, but assuming it was something like a conventional pizza with, you know, tomato sauce and cheese or beside, there's so many flavors going on there. I could imagine the venison getting a little drowned out. But roasted potatoes on a pizza, I've never heard that. And like I'm a potato guy through and through, you know. But yeah, I can't imagine potatoes on a pizza. All right, shit, here we go. Oh, it's back down to this place. Just got, I'm so lost here. So lost. I mean, eventually we just end up digging up and then we'll get out of here, but like, I've been meandering around for a while now. All these side tunnels and... So we got like, starting on stack 2 of iron. Oh, alright, I'm gonna kill this guy because I need to get the ender pearls, so... We're gonna fight the enderman. it's probably gonna go poorly. It did not go poorly. It went really easy. Alright, well, that's one more Ender Pearl. Now we got 2. It's like a home-style hash brown almost. I'm all about those hash browns. It's making me hungry. I'm getting so hungry right now. I'm gonna have to, definitely gonna have to eat right after the stream is over. Made some chicken chickpea tahini Christmas Day. That's what I ended up going with. So I made chicken chickpea tahini, which is if Greg is still on here, he'll recall that was well, he may recall that was a recipe of our mutual friend Gus's. Yeah, the chicken chickpea tahini, it's good. So like that's become one that I get into making. I think it didn't turn out as well, and I think the reason why is back when I was in Harrisonburg, there was the Food Max, which was a really good supplier of like authentic spices and like Asian and Hispanic foods. But now where I'm at, like I don't have anywhere that I can grab up like actual cinnamon, and so I got some of like the the crappy like McCormick bottled cinnamon sticks, and like it was such a clear difference in flavor. Like I don't have a nuanced tongue either. I have almost no sense of smell, so like for the most part, it's like I can cook well, but for the most part I can't really appreciate nuance of flavor. But there was a clear flavor difference between using an actual cinnamon stick and like the crap imitation cinnamon that you usually get on the market. I think I'm going in circles now. Okay. So we don't need to go down there. We've been up there. We haven't checked that out. Let me pull here. Let's get directly under it. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, I keep forgetting that I've also got like a ham hock bean soup that Gus taught me how to make. I've got a bit of it frozen. I'd never frozen soups and stuff before. So now I've got some sitting in there that I could just thaw anytime, and I always forget that it's there because usually I cook whatever and then I eat it. I don't freeze food, but I was like, I should get into doing this. Found an awesome chicken tikka masala recipe on YouTube, and it is near restaurant quality. I've made it about 4 times. Is ham hock a New Year's Day thing? Never heard that. I think I've got like 2 ham hocks chilling in my freezer still, but yeah, Greg, send me that recipe. I'm always glad to get new recipes, man, because whenever I get around to cooking, it's like so one of the ones that I went on and like ventured to make in recent years is I kind of got into making like Cajun cuisine, like gumbos and jambalaya. We always eat ham hock, sauerkraut, and potatoes for New Year's Day. Might be a German thing. Maybe, yeah, I've never heard of that, but that's neat. Well, I'm gonna go eat some ham. Alright, Lil Zaros, enjoy it. I think the main idea is pork and potatoes. Yeah, pork and potatoes is good, As an Irish guy, it's just anything with potatoes I can appreciate. It's pork and cabbage, alright, you lost me. Yeah, actually, I don't know that I've actually tried sauerkraut in a while, but I remember when I was younger and tried it, I didn't like it. And then this friend that I keep talking about, Gus, he tried to get me into eating some sauerkraut. And like his sauerkraut that he ended up getting, it was like not just your regular store-bought. And it was so pungent. Like so pungent. I just couldn't do it. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I can't say that like growing up, like my mom had never bought or like cooked ham hock. So I got into cooking, I think, really because of that roommate Gus. Like he was into it, and we both got into it as a result. And Joshua Wiseman YouTube channel has it. It's heavenly. All right, I'll check it, man. Yeah, Gus is a good cook, and he really enjoys doing it. So he kind of put that interest in me as well. Which, you know, for being a single bachelor dude is good, because you know, you can eat food to live, or you can eat food because it's tasty. And sometimes when you get really lazy, it's good to have it be tasty, because you can be too lazy to even eat. I've been there, done that. But yeah, what I was saying is kind of the recent recipe that I've got into, it's ridiculously simple. Like absurdly simple, but it's been my go-to recently because it's just really flavorful. But it's some kielbasa and chicken, both browned, and then a bunch of like a can of Hunt's fire roasted garlic tomatoes, like diced, and you put those all in a skillet. So you end up getting this really sweet flavor from the tomatoes, and you have the chicken and the kielbasa, you know, as like the filler of the dish. And then I take a bunch of Cajun seasoning, which is just a spice that I like. That's pretty much like your dish, and then you serve it over like mashed potatoes. But it is so flavorful. Like the mix of the flavor from like the browned kielbasa and chicken with just the sweetness of those fire roasted tomatoes is so good. It's become like my favorite go-to recently because it's a cheap dish. Like getting some Johnsonville kielbasa is easy to do. Chicken is, you know, cheap as far as meats go, and like a can of fire roasted tomatoes is also really cheap. Okay, I think we've meandered down like every path over here sufficiently. And then looks at a new path. Have I gone here? So yeah, there. He's nope, I didn't go here because it. Oh my goodness. So lost. So I know Young Surge's stream is starting in like 20 minutes. I'm gonna do my best to put something like a wraps on this before then. The music playing right now just reminded me of the water section in the Alchemy Index. Especially with you being in the water. Yeah, so if anyone's on here and doesn't... I love you making that reference. Because it feels like I made an impact in introducing people to stuff. If anyone's on here and like looking for some music recommendations, this band Thrice, which for a long time was like my favorite band, and they're still one of my tops, but they're matches your sweater. Yeah, I gotta wear the Thrice sweater, man. No rates. No name, no no hilariously botched game of hide and seek today. We're just doing some ore gathering here, killing a little bit of time, chatting with friends. We're like pretty well prepared to go for end game on here, Ender Dragon. We just need to get the Ender Pearls and some Blaze Rods to make the Eyes of Ender, but I'm just chilling, enjoying it. I've been putting together a bunch of enchanted books so that I can really optimize a build and just be totally OP for end game. But really what I want to do right now is just get as familiar as I can with gameplay, so any hours that I put into it are productive hours at this point. Because I'm planning to do stuff like Skyblock and speedruns, so just getting used to the controls is good. But we're running out of pickaxes. We got a million ores down here to gather. So we're gonna end up having to find our way out of this. And then just to come back down. But yeah, what I was saying there is, in a recent stream, I kind of explained the name of my cat, Deadbolt, because she was named after a Thrice song, Deadbolt. And then Greg's just made this Alchemy Index reference. So if anyone wants some really artful music, the Alchemy Index, which is a series of 4 albums by this band Thrice, is something I definitely recommend. Something I look for in music is like stuff that you can appreciate just beyond a surface glance, like something that you can just listen to, and every time you listen to it you get rewarded for some new reference or some new aspect of it that you can appreciate. I really like deep music, and it might not have a lot of appeal as far as being catchy. Like, it's not the kind of music you go, oh, I listened to that and, you know, at a first glance, like, I really want to listen to it again, unless you're really listening into it. The Mountain Goats. Yeah, you know, I hear a lot of good stuff about the Mountain Goats, and there's a lot of musicians that I know and appreciate that also really like them. I think I'll check them out more. I think all the previous experiences I've had with the Mountain Goats is that they're a little more is folksy or folky the word? Like, they're a little more toward folk or like an indie vibe. And I kind of lean towards more like in the music that I seek out, I kind of lean towards like a rock, emo vibe is kind of my general preference. Definitely folk, indie, punk, yeah. So like a lot of the bands that I like, they kind of had an origin in, I guess, what's called post-hardcore, which is like a way of, like, post-hardcore is a different way of saying emo for people that didn't like being classified as emo, because that was a weird thing all in its own. But some bands that I like are Saosin and Thrice, and then Circa Survive. Those are kind of my top bands now. We might actually just end the stream down in these tunnels because, well, when we do eventually get around to ending it, because there's just so much to do down here, and I never could have expected all this stuff is going to be so... Oh my goodness. These tunnels just don't end. I never expected that it was going to... I dug into like one little pit of a cavern thinking, oh, there'll be like some small little thing in here, I'll go explore it a little bit. Nope. Goes on and on and on. And there's more. But wait, there's more. Gonna have to get out of here just to grab more pickaxes before long, because I've only got one left. If you like lo-fi, you should listen to All Hail West Texas. Okay, I've definitely never heard of that. Yeah, and I can't say that there's like any... I'm kind of just like a I'll pop on Chilled Cows playlist lo-fi kind of guy. I don't have any specific lo-fi stuff that I seek out. I just pretty much go to playlists for the most part, and I listen to lo-fi on here because it's not going to grab people's attention too much more than what's going on stream. I enjoy it. I think it's hard to not enjoy lo-fi, but actually, music that I would put on to listen to is a genre called post-rock. I really like post-rock, but there's not like royalty-free post-rock music. Post-rock as a genre tends to be instrumental, and I find it really soothing. Some people find it pretty noisy. All right, Greg, thanks for popping in, dude. I'll check out that recipe channel you told me about. So less genre and more fidelity. Like less of the lo-fi hip-hop and more of the Mountain Goats recorded in the basement on a boombox. Gotcha. Yeah, And I think post rock kind of has that same vibe of like I don't know. I like stuff that a lot of people would maybe just call noise. Um, I find it soothing, right? Like when there's a bunch of stuff going on in the music, and I don't mean hectic stuff, but just when there's a lot of stuff going on that nothing stands out. It's this broad appeal of like lo-fi hip hop and post rock both share a similarity to me in that they're reminiscent of like 20th century minimalistic music. So if anyone's into art music or knows the progression of how that's gone across the centuries, the 20th century was pretty well known for its minimalist music, like Steve Reich and Philip Glass and Heinrich Goretzky and people like this. Yeah, I'll check it out. I do think I get what you mean, but I always appreciate getting a direct reference as well. But yeah, I think a lot of lo-fi stuff and post-rock share that common thread of maybe not being overproduced, having some emotion to them, and just being stuff you can enjoy. Why are the tunnels this big? This is like the bane of my current, or sorry, rather my recent gaming sessions is tunnels. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. That was an Avatar reference for anyone that may have missed it. First, it's running around through tunnels trying to find one pillager who popped down in them that I couldn't find in a raid that took an hour and a half or some such. I mean, we're not going to be for want of ore for a while, that's for sure. If we find some villagers that want to trade coal, we definitely won't be short on it. Got stacks on stacks on stacks. Getting a bunch of experience from gathering this stuff. So lost. I'm gonna have to watch for Young Search to go on so we can throw some people over there. So many pathways. I think we're pretty much out of torches as well, so this exploration session is coming to a logical end sometime soon. For lack of appropriate adventuring resources. Okay, well that looped around. If I ever run out of coal after this, it's mismanagement of resources. Oh, well, I guess if... So, note to future Harley. If you bring sticks down with you, then when you mine a bunch of cobblestone, and iron, and coal, you can just make furnaces along the way so that you don't have to go back up because you run out of pickaxes. Alright, good job, future Harley. You'll be better at this. So much coal? I think the iron actually takes priority though. Get that over getting the coal. Even though we don't get experience, we get more resources for making more pickaxes. Oh, we're full on stacks apparently. I'm so lost. This is like the catchphrase of this run is I am so freaking lost. It's probably my most said phrase during this entire playthrough. Lost in your eyes. Yep. Very, very kind of you there, young Surge. Are you think you're gonna go live soon? You let me know when you are, and I'll pop off here because I'm not gonna make it. Yes, sir. Well, you just give me a heads up, and then just as soon as you do, I will pretty much cap this run off because I'm not gonna make it back out tonight without this taking like an extra hour or something, because we delve too greedily into the mines of Moria. We're stuck down here for now. What's gonna suck is I'm gonna end up finding like some cache of diamond, and I'm not gonna have a functional pickaxe. I'm almost sure that's how this is gonna go. We found another little segment area. Let's go grab the lapis. Lost. Parkour. Parkour. You were about to say parkour? Jumping over the lava? Or, I'm freaking lost. Yeah, parkour. It's funny, because I think the first stream that I had hopped on here, I probably would have spent like a solid minute trying to like cautiously navigate around the lava. Now I'm just like, yeah, I'll jump it. I'll jump over the lava. It's the confidence that having a proper mouse installs in one. Instills, rather. Alright, yeah, I'll pop everything over to the channel just as soon as I notice that you're up. Live for the thrills. It's gonna be a challenge. What's gonna be a challenge is getting back out of this mine that I've been meandering around for in like an hour now with no sense of direction. Alright, now I'm officially out of pickaxes, so it's time to try to figure how to get the hell out of here. I have no idea. But we'll do this just until I get word that Young Surge is up and going. Sorry, I came through there. I think I already walked through this as well, but thus is the ordeal of being lost. Yep, already did that loop. I don't think it's gonna be... Oh, well, I already did this one. So I think leftward? I guess at this rate, even if I could just find my way out, not the way I came, it's better than getting stuck down here. Almost fell. Okay, well I remember this. I feel like it was back this way. Yeah. Yes, I'm I am very glad that I put that sequence of torches there to remember that that was the way out. Sometimes past me does not betray current me. And with that, I think we made it. We made it. Yep, seems familiar. That wasn't as bad to get out as I was thinking it would be, because I was just wandering in like these little pathways for so long that I thought I had gone further than apparently I actually did. But now we've got like 2 full stacks of iron that we'll be bringing up. We got 12 diamond. You know, all in all, successful session. No deaths. A lot of stuff gained. Some parkour practice, chatting with people about music, smoking some meats is good. Learn about some German New Year's Day tradition. It's a good time. It's a good time. Alright, so let's throw that in there. Get these things going real quick while I check on Young Surge's channel, see if he's up and rolling. Oh, we got 3 full stacks. The hell? Alright. Even better than I thought. Yeah, there's gonna need to be a spring cleaning stream. Getting all this junk in order. 18 diamonds. Cool. Alright, I am pretty much set here. So let me just sleep because I was down there for so many days. I'm sure at this point I'm like beyond the count of days at which I'd start getting attacked. It's not night. That's fine. We'll just call it there. Alright, I will... Let's save and quit. Pull up Google Chrome. Alright, so that's saved. I pull up his thing and I'll do Stream Manager. Actually, I don't need Stream Manager. I'm not searching for a random Twitch here. We're going for the one we know we're going for. So pull up Young Search here.
I lose.
And here we go. Alright, raid has gone through. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here. It was a good time. Thanks everyone for joining.